even though we had a lot of information in the CRM, but it still feels like we are in the middle of nowhere,
Better do not have data instead of having the wrong data. In terms of building the long-term relationships, understanding your client and how they work operationally, what their business is about.
For listeners that may not be familiar with the term conversation intelligence, can you explain about that? And why do you think that is crucial for business and especially the sales team?
It also gives a lot of visibility into your pipeline health, buyer signals or objections, how the rep is performing also. And to do that on scale is quite hard, I would say.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Ctrl Shifter Podcast, a podcast by Smart Dev and Vericel AI, featuring voices that take control and drive the shift. I am Zoe, your host, and today we are diving deep into the customer success strategies and also the role of AI in reshaping the future of customer relationships. Joining with me today, we have Petko. He's the customer success leader at Jiminny, a company that helping business optimize their sales and also their customer service process through an AI-powered conversation intelligent platform. So, hi, Petko. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me today. A really pleasure. So we're gonna definitely have a very interesting conversation as we've been seeing like the last couple of years how AI like really disrupt the space and specifically about the latest innovations that's being developed. So we have a lot to talk today.
All right, so let's kick things off with simple questions, but I think it's very powerful. So, Petko, my question is, if you had to pinpoint one of the key factors in building the long-term relationships with the customers, what would it be?
So there are a few things we have to mention here. And something that we are like extremely focused in our team here at Jiminny is really to add meaningful value at every touch point with the client. We've seen quite often like customer success managers are taking like the reactive approach. So basically once the customer requests something or having one pain point, for example, we have to solve, we definitely see them just like solving the pain point or, for example, like addressing this request and that's it. They just stop. So what we do is simply to add even a little bit of a value to it. That could be an email, just an email, right? I mean, it's like you've been requested, for example, to address specific question. So we always add additional value to this email as reply. So this is definitely standing out from from the crowd and position yourself like outstanding customer success. Also something that we really believe. So really to solve pain points, improve efficiency and support long-term success is being built based on this small skill.
That's a great point. I think that the long-term customer relationships are built most on trust, and the value you bring to them. So let's look a little bit closer into Jiminny and also what you guys are doing right now. So from my understanding, Jiminny is a tool that using AI to provide the actionable insights that you convert from the sales conversations. I think that for listeners that may not be familiar with the term conversation intelligence, can you explain about that? And why do you think that is crucial for business and especially the sales team?
You're absolutely correct, Zoe. So basically, conversation intelligence is the technology that's capturing a lot of context, a lot of insights, and turning them into data-driven insights. For example, if we're managing a high volume of clients as customer success managers, it's quite usual to see to miss some insights, to miss some information, or even that could be like a small challenge that your customer is experiencing, but at the same time is quite impactful to them. The conversation intelligence, and Jiminny in this specific case, it is capturing all that data and turning that into actionable insights. So it also gives a lot of visibility into your pipeline health, buyer signals or objections, how the rep is performing also. And to do that on scale is quite hard, I would say, without the conversation intelligence.
Yeah, I think it's very, very impressive. So you have said that the conversation intelligence technology can transform, I assume that the unstructured conversations from the sales team, and then it convert them into maybe strategic actions. So let's take a step back a little bit and look at the reason behind these solutions. I'm curious about the pain points of your customers and how you guys solve that problems. Can you share maybe some examples for some of your key feature that help to deliver this?
And you might find that very like popular topic, especially across LinkedIn, even how
Mm-hmm.
like CRM hygiene is quite a big pain point to not only to sales teams actually. So basically, Jiminny sets itself to automate that processes by just the sales reps. They all they have to do is just like record these conversations, and what Jiminny does is actually automatically enrich and log that data to your CRM. So it's
Mm-hmm.
quite helpful because it's not just saving a lot of time, but also provide like better visibility over their conversations. This is something really important. For example, as we know, to many operational leaders, they use this data to build reports. So we technically can set Gemini to automatically enrich their reporting. So this is one of the use cases. For customer success, for example, is we've seen across many of our customers how they are hyper focused on improving like the handover processes when sales, for example, successfully close a deal. So basically,
Mm-hmm.
Gemini captures all of that data and automatically build these handover notes. At first glance, that might be something quite simple, but at the same time, it saves a lot of time to sales and not only improves the efficiency of the handover. So basically, the customer success manager or the implementation experts, they've been provided with much richer data. So this process becomes like fluent.
I see. I think it's really spot on, Petko. It's really resonate with us because we used to face the similar challenges with the CRM. We used to drowning in a massive amount of data. Sometimes, even though we had a lot of information in the CRM, but if it still feels like we are in the middle of nowhere, because we don't know how to turn these data into insights. And what I really love about Jiminy is that what you have said, it's just not about saving the time, but it also, I think that it also help users to have a clear pictures of what actually is going on with the customers. It's kind of cool. Okay, so let's talk more on the customer success side. When we build a software or a platform, it isn't just about providing your solutions. And I think that the crucial parts is building the long-term relationships and also help your customers to achieve the goals, right? From my understanding, achieving the customer success, I think that it means that you need to ensure that your customers are truly satisfied with what you are providing. So, in your opinion, what are the key strategies that helps to ensure that the customers remain satisfied and also continue to gain value from your product?
Very good question, Zoe. So yeah, when it comes to like building your strategy and building your team in general as customer success leaders, it's really important to build the team culture properly.
Mhm.
As It's really about to step on three main pillars, and this one of them is the adaptability. So basically, to equip your customer success managers with adaptability skills. So basically, they should be understanding how to react in the different situations, but at the same time to ensure that they lead with curiosity. So
Mhm.
curiosity is also the second main factor, as this is what made them grow on a daily basis. So, of course, and not only in terms of building the long term relationships, understanding your client and how they work operationally, what their business is about. And for example, even the leaders, if we get a little bit deeper, if the customer success managers are approaching their partnerships to understand their leaders, their pain points, their challenges, is really, really important. And also the persistence. So, yes, customer success management is definitely a challenging role right now. And we see that across many businesses. So persistence is very, very important. So basically, to summarize all of it, is to build a internal team culture set on three pillars: adaptability, curiosity, and persistence is definitely very important. And of course, coaching and self-improvement. So all the time leaders should be focusing on like improving their customer success managers via
Mhm.
coaching. something we originally started Jiminny with. So basically, Jiminny was originally founded as a coaching tool, and yeah, we evolved a lot for the last couple of years. We like empowered AI within the platform, but definitely coaching remains a very important piece of it.
Mm-hmm. I see. I see. Let's look a little bit closer on the operations of your team. It is clear that AI and automations are pretty much everywhere today, right? In every business and also in every team. And I think it's hard to imagine that we work without them. So I'm just curious a little bit. I think that because Jiminny is a tool that supports sales team, as you said, you need to very understand about the customers and also their goals, their challenge. That means that your approach must be very personalized to each clients, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
However, we as customer success managers, we should be very careful about putting the right effort at the right time and basically to deliver the right impact. So effort to impact ratio is really important to be very strategically managed by the CS leaders. And of
Yeah.
course, they are customer success managers. And that's what keep us organized throughout the whole partnership. So I'm just going to give a few examples. So let's say we have like a high volume of clients, which we have to manage. And by understanding how to manage efficiently the effort to impact ratio. So basically to put like not small effort, I would say, but like specific effort, like certain effort to have a high impact, to deliver high impact value, this is the right way to do it. It's just key in order to maintain the long-term partnerships. So
Mm-hmm.
without AI, I mean, I'm coming from actually from a little bit different industry, but still back in the days, we didn't have that technology. So we've been doing everything quite manual. And when I joined Jiminny 4 years ago, it was a really game changer to see what Jiminny can do. I mean, it was really, really exciting moment because it's really not just about saving time. It's about improving your efficiency as customer success manager, as sales as well. Yeah, very much AI. I mean, I'm quite, how to say that, I wouldn't fully agree that AI will replace us all. I mean, this is something
Yeah.
that many people are talking about. I
Mm-hmm.
think AI amplifies the people's work, the efficiency, and it's like making them better if you know how to use it in a smart way.
Mm-hmm.
Just AI amplified the whole processes, and this is the right way we should take it as a technology.
You make me very curious about what's going on at Gemini. Can you share about the AI and also some of the automation tools that you guys are currently working on in your process?
No problems. So we use variety of technologies in Jiminny, so including like the softwares that are to manage our customer portfolio, CRM, of course, and Jiminny. So we mainly use Jiminny to enrich our data in straight to our tools in an accurate way, and
Mm-hmm.
then the second thing is the organized data. So we often see like companies are like promoting their solutions like they were gonna give you all the insights because it's not Gemini of course only, so there are many solutions on the market right now, and we see that them promoting that it will analyze all of your data. Now imagine that your sales team, for example, is having 2,000 conversations last month. So it's crucial in order to avoid the pitfalls the AI can deliver. It's crucial to have your data organized. And this is
Mm-hmm.
where actually Gemini is hyper focused on. So at first, to make your data from our unorganized state into organized way. And then basically to give you the tools to analyze the big data in a strategic and scaled way, because
Mm-hmm.
without having your data organized, and this is by the way one of the biggest challenges of companies right now, to have their data organized, without having that there is a really huge risk to have the LLM, whoever LLM you're using. I mean, it's like you can use like one of the most popular Claude or like OpenAI, ChatGPT, but still there is a huge risk to hallucinate. So I always love to say that better do not have data instead of having a wrong data. So
Mm-hmm.
because the decisions you're gonna take based on wrong data, inaccurate data, is definitely going to be inaccurate decisions. So better don't have data. Or the best, of course, option is to have organized data.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's pretty clear that AI and also technologies can play a big role in the customer processes. And I think that I'm sure that our listeners would also love to hear some of the examples, the detailed examples related to what you have shared. So can you share about a few success stories where Jiminny Tech can make a real difference to the clients?
Yeah, no problems. So we do have like a lot of success stories on our website. However, I'm going to share for a few because they're quite like significant. Client of ours, for example, have improved the better CRM hygiene by automating these processes, and instead of just logging data to their CRM four times a week, they started doing it like 4 times a day. So why it's
Mm-hmm.
this important? It's just really not about the quality, but also the quantity of the data. So because having all of your data in a single source of truth, as often that would be your CRM, is definitely empowering your leaders to have like the full visibility on what's happening on a strategic level. Another company, for example, have reduced their churn rate by I think from 65% to 22, if I'm not wrong.
Wow.
So which is significant drop, yes. Just by analyzing their like conversations and also understanding the successful persona. So basically, they've been exploring how to replicate the success internally, and
Mm-hmm.
they did it quite successfully. 50% more revenue per rep. Yeah, by focused on and of course automatically scoring their team's performance to ensure they are close to their value proposition. This is another
Mm-hmm.
example. So Chimney is really, I would definitely say one of the biggest advantages is that its position itself as one of the most customizable platform on the market right now. And
Mm-hmm.
what does it mean is basically you can fully tailor it according to your specific use cases, your specific needs and challenges. And of course, why this is important is simply because clients are just different. They have different use cases. They have different pain points, different businesses, operational strategies. So that's why
Mm-hmm.
we take that approach. Instead of giving you ready-to-use solution and the same time to provide generic like insights, we do it a little bit in a different way.
Mm-hmm. Wow, those are really amazing examples and use case, Peko. So let's shift the gears a little bit into team management and also the collaborations. So, as your role right now as a leader of the customer success team, what would you say are the biggest challenges in managing a customer success team?
That's a really good question, Zoe. As I've been, like, as mentioned in the beginning of the conversation, I've been building high revenue generating teams for the last 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I would definitely say is ramping up your new team members in the right way. What I mean by saying that is just really build their mindset, really help them improve their mindset in terms of sitting on these three pillars that we've mentioned before. So, for example, to make them adaptable. I mean, some people have these skills before they join your team, but that's not quite often like combination of like skill sets that we see across many people that are doing client facing roles.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just really to build adaptability and like curiosity and persistence within their mindset. And obviously that's a long-term approach, and it's not happening overnight. It couldn't happen overnight, but once you successfully do it, once you help your customer success managers obtain this skill set, is then that they just definitely become self-sufficient. And it's not just you don't stop here. It's definitely a continuation process that you have to continue develop. But yeah, I think this is just really the key to solve most of your challenges. In terms of training, of course, I truly believe that the customer success teams, the customer success managers should be product, business, and technically knowledgeable. That's incredibly important. However, that's also a long-term process. Of course, they can learn the product, but to be business knowledgeable, it takes a little bit more time. And to bring you back to the previous topic a little bit, is this is exactly why they should be leading their like partnerships with their clients, with their portfolio, with curiosity to understand their clients' businesses, because it's highly correlated to exactly this point. To be business knowledgeable, they learn how other businesses working, and that definitely helps them in the long term.
Yeah, that's a really great point. Let's wrap up with some final thoughts. So, as we come into the end of the conversation, can you share some of your maybe your advice to business that looking to improve their customer success strategies and also want to build long-term relationships with their customers?
Yes, so definitely focus on building the team culture, and always, of course, support your customer success managers. Focus on not refining, but highly analyzing and structure and improving effort to impact ratio. Definitely is very, very key. Reduce low impact work. Yeah, so because like at first glance, we can say, yeah, we do a lot because we put a lot of effort in it. But simply because if you put a lot of effort in it, it doesn't mean that you're delivering
Yeah.
impact and value. Yeah. So to educate and coach definitely your customer success managers all the time. That's like a never ending process. And yeah, just literally active listening. It's key also. So when just ask open-ended questions. These are simple advices. I understand that, Zoe, but they're quite powerful to understand your team and basically to understand how you can support them.
Petko, it has been an amazing conversation. So thank you so much for sharing your expertise and also the amazing work that Jiminny is doing. We really appreciate that you are being here, and we also look forward to see more of the Jiminny success stories in the future. And to our listeners, we hope that you took away some of the valuable insights that you can apply to your own business with your customer success strategies. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and also subscribe to our channels so you may never miss an episode. And also drop your thoughts in the comments down below. This is Ctrl Shifter Podcast, and we'll catch you next time.